Hi. So, I tried to do landscape view. I wasn't loving it. I have a theory that that might be one of the reasons why readings are just nosediving all of a sudden when it comes to views. Um, this is your final general monthly reading from this house. The next time that you see me, Virgo, happy birthday, by the way, Virgo. The next time that you see me, it will be in different surroundings. And it's pretty darn exciting. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going. You're just going to have to see. And it's going to be exciting. So we'll get through it together. Hopefully in one piece. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's find where you're at here, Virgo. Happy birthday again. Very well deserved. Yes, there we go. Virgo, this is for you. Yeah. Virgo, all the way for up to the beginning of October. Let's get straight into it with your songs. I also will then be able to do things like ship new like cardstock to myself to make decks if I want to of whatever I choose to, and order things again. I have things on pre-order that I've actually had to email people in other in like distribution on websites and stuff to be like, hey, can you make sure this ships to the right address? So you might actually have something that's like that where you're kind of like worried about that. Sorry, I'm very self-conscious of the fact that I might have, allergies leaking out of my face right now on camera. So anyway, this is your general reading. We will do the 666 spread. I mean, I wanted to do the Celtic Cross, but the thing was is that one of my favorite readers did it, and now I just feel like I'm going to be a rip-off artist if I do. So I'm not going to. So we'll just hang with our normal past, present, future spread. We'll read the verticals. We'll do some clarification with the Sun and Moon Tarot, followed by an affirmation and some words out of the Magnetic Poetry treasure box over here. Remember to check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. And, of course, if you don't know what those are, you can go to any place on the internet and run your natal chart. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. Instagram handle is Ashes the Dawn. That is the only Instagram that I have. And I will never, typically respond to people who message me there, just because it's my personal Instagram, and so, I'm not going to respond to hi baby, how's it going, and stuff like that. It's just not going to happen. Also, I'm not going to reach out to you for anything in particular. I don't want to do that. I don't have time to do that. It's like on 9 o'clock Pacific time at night when other people that work the same shift as me are going to sleep. So anyway, your song to get you through all of September. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm trying to be careful, and I'm trying not to mess with these. So make sure you get a decent draw out of this one. Somebody's drawing straws for something, picking a number out of 1 in 10. Drawing cards for something. Bare My Soul by Empathy Test. Face reflected in the rearview mirror. I watched her disappear, face reflected in the rearview mirror. I want to bare my soul in a way that no one can, in the hopes that someone going. Alright. Let's do it. There's no frills. We're doing Rackham Tarot. I like this one. So that's what one we're going to use. Bear with me while I get used to shuffling like a normal human. Virgo. Sandra says she's stopped the car and dropped her. As she stopped the car and dropped me off, I watched her disappear. Like face reflected in the rearview mirror. Something about a conversation in a vehicle. Something about specific sentiments and shared thoughts between people. Getting a dose of reality from storytelling and experience sharing in this time. I think that is the case, you know, you're taking stock during your birthday. Twist your fairness. Okay. In your past, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. Looks to be the devil in the reverse. We won't take the book. Make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the devil. Yeah, it is. Devil in reverse. Temptation. Excess. In the past you were living in excess. Recent past, of course. Something about excess being a distraction. Two of Swords. Excess being a distraction that's helping, stopping you from making a choice of some sort in between two things. Clouding your vision, your judgment. Or not even clouding your vision or judgment, actually standing in the way of you making a choice in between two things. Five of Swords. Defeat. Victory over something. Victory in vain, actually. Seems to be lots of obstacles put in your way as a result of some of this excess. Seems to be a feeling of fighting for everything that you get when it comes to this, making your way through the thicket, leading something ahead, and leading the charge in something, but it's like you can't see the forest for the trees. There's a feeling of struggling for everything you get. It's like you're winning, you're almost through, but it's a fight. What else for Virgo in recent past? Ten of Swords in the reverse. Healing after pain and heartbreak. Healing after some sickness of some sort as well. Could have been battling something quite daunting in the recent past. There's also fear indicated here. Mourning, loss, grief. That could have been one of the things that you were struggling with. Oh, we've got three here. So I'll take this. This one will go in your present. These two will go in your past. We have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, this is burdens, responsibility. A little bit of victimhood energy I'm feeling here as well. And then the Hierophant, Taurus energy. It has to... responsibility and burdens taken on by some of it, but it's kind of like your philosophies, structured religious beliefs, your belief system at large. Some of the sage advice that you've followed in the past have actually left you feeling as if you have to take on burden because of some grief, loss, disappointment, or a struggle that you had to heal from in the past that caused you pain. You're looking to your faith to help you with your burdens and your struggle, to bear your responsibilities. here. Not a conventional depiction of our Hierophant, but still one that leads the way, leads the pack. Almost spiritually. So it's interesting, we have the Devil in the reverse at the beginning of your past, and we have the Hierophant at the end in the upright. It's like an internal battle of good versus evil, although I'm very reticent to use that term when I talk about the devil. The reason I say that is because the devil is not limited to all things bad, horrible, evil. In the reverse, I would say so. Capricorn energy. Something in between Capricorn and Taurus season for you. Especially that we have swords in here. Swords followed by fire. Swords, then, yes, all swords, and then fire. So we go from literally here, Capricorn season through Aquarius into Aries, Taurus. One thing we're missing is Pisces. So during Pisces season was your period of healing. Healing from sickness, depression, grief, loss, over abandonment. Something you thought that you'd won out over, but it really was a victory in vain. Because you lost something out of it. There was a huge loss when it came to this battle. And you shouldered the burden and the responsibility. Moving forward, Virgo. First we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Right now you're not really seeing much in the way of emotional fulfillment. Could be looking back at a situation that you walked away from. You may have been tempted to walk away from a situation that would have otherwise been considered one of emotional fulfillment. Because when we look at a Nine of Cups in the reverse, it really is indicating an Eight of Cups. But it was something that you were tempted to do. I'll read the verticals afterwards, but I'm doing it as I go along. But looking back at it with regret, as if to say to yourself that, you know, it's almost like that was indeed my emotional fulfillment and I didn't do something about it. This person's even kind of looking for more forlorn than they would be if we were looking at it in the upright. Yeah. It's interesting how that works with this deck. The expressions on the faces seemingly change, yeah? I noticed that. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, so even though you're dealing with a Nine of Cups in the reverse at this time, it is a great time for you to focus on luxury, finery, and also making some moves that you might be making in secret when it comes to your career or your profession, something that has to do with making money. Also gaining stability. It's not permanent stability, but it's a start in the right direction towards building upon something that could become a legacy of some sort. It's something that you are trying to do in secret, and there is a harbinger here to make certain that you're not telling all of your moves to the wrong people. I especially get that because she's hushing a parrot, and what is a parrot going to do? A parrot's going to blab everything to everybody, right? And we always want to make our biggest moves in secret. Then we have our 7, okay. Oh, okay. Could it be that you might actually be wanting to be careful about some of the options that you have romantically and spilling the beans about your plans when it comes to finances and stability, your career, any moves that you want to make professionally when it comes to options in love? It could be that some of these have ulterior motives, Virgo, and that maybe telling some of them some of your secrets might not be necessarily the best thing, or telling some of the people around you might not be the best thing because it might get back to some of these options. You might think that you're going to somebody for advice on how best to proceed forward, given the Two of Swords above, this Nine of Pentacles. And then you might say to them, don't say anything to anyone. And in following their advice, you might actually end up doing something that everybody then knows about before you do it, right? But this Seven of Cups here, it seems that the past struggles that you've had do have to do with some of your options and choices of an emotional nature. But your emotional side is somehow linked. It's almost like you feel like you must have luxury and finery in order to achieve the correct options. Of a romantic sense, you've struggled with that. You struggled with that in the past, and the options have come forward in the future. Thing is, have you learned the lesson now? You know, the lesson repeats itself until you actually prove that you've learned it, right? It's if you move and respond differently the next time that really shows if you've learned the lesson. Moving forward, what do we have in the present? September for Virgo. Ace of, contract. There is a contract that is forthcoming for you. Maybe not even a contract, could just be a beginning. Could be a token of some sort I'm seeing here as well. A coin given to somebody as an initiation into something. Something that marks the beginning of a journey. The beginning of a new fertile step in the right direction towards paradise. I'm seeing the orchard in the background there. Looks to me as if it's fruit trees. I'm seeing fruitful beginnings after and stable new beginnings coming out of one of these options. It might be something that you were not expecting. Look at the person who's handing the coin there to the two children in that little house. It might be somebody who comes in disguise or does not necessarily look as if they don't appear as they seem, Virgo. And it's after this battle that you took the loss as if it was a win, but it wasn't really a win because you ended up with all that burden. What do we got, Virgo? We'll clarify too. I'm moving along quite quickly here. Two of Cups, union. So out of this contract, out of this professional beginning or initiation of sorts comes a union of some sort. It's emotionally fulfilling. Could be a friendship. Could be something that is initially masqueraded as a professional offer turns into a romantic union. Look at the mermaid on this card. This is just gorgeous. Look. I just saw a painting that had that on it. I'm getting a sense of childlike wonder. But I feel that at the same time, because you're just starting something here with this Ace of Pentacles, that there is additional responsibility that comes with having this union, Virgo. At some points it almost feels like, or maybe it's that you have additional responsibility that takes you away from paying as much attention to the union as you would like. There almost seems as if there's a barrier in between the one individual and the other. Maybe the burden or the responsibility could have to do with the fact that there is an actual contract here that started and the union cannot occur as it normally would. You might have to actually pursue friendship with somebody who might otherwise be more suited towards a romantic partnership. But I'm not limiting it to that. We can't always just say, well, it's this suit, so it has to be. An Ace of Pentacles can absolutely be just as indicative of a romantic match as an Ace of Cups. It's a stable beginning. It is a beginning rooted in success. something that is connected to the earth and oneness with the earth and its grounded principles, right? Something that has staying power and a natural affinity for itself. It's life-sustaining and life-giving beginning. Right? It's not just money. And being an earth sign, Virgo, you would probably understand that. It's this 2 that comes out of it. The 2 is water. And then we have a Queen of Wands. So, let me just make sure, because they only have the crowns and they're all gendered differently. Make sure the crowns are the right ones. To the crowns. I think I only have them on like the back of the booklet. Yeah, I'm getting to that age where I have to like click my finger to know. Oh my God, Becky. No, I don't see them. That's interesting. How come I don't see those anywhere? Anyway, I believe that is a Queen of Wands. Give me a sec. More on that I am. Sorry. Yeah. King of Wands. It's not this deck. It's the other one that has the weird ones. Sorry. King of Wands in the upright. Aries energy. It can also be, you know, it could be any fire energy, really. It can be masculine or feminine. But it is rapid thinking, quick moving leadership energy that we have here. I noticed that he has the sword as well, so somebody who's very decisive, somebody who uses their intellect as well as their speed of thought. Aries energy underneath the Taurus energy. Could also be Leo energy, which we just passed through. But this person that you have this connection with could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries, but I'm leaning more towards Aries. Leo, if I had to stretch it. Okay. Future. It's being about ready to embark on a journey, but holding back and surveying for yourself before taking another step forward on something. Interestingly enough, in this one, the individual has their back to the town as opposed to looking out over it and over the path ahead of them. It's almost as if they are aware of what's belying them and they're just waiting. So there's waiting energy here. You're waiting to make a return to claim emotional fulfillment after a period of temptation to go back and revisit past situations. I'm kind of getting that, definitely. Because there was temptation to look back at things that you had walked away from that were of emotional fulfillment. And now you're waiting on going for your 9 of Cups. 6 of Wands in the upright. You do have victory. A victorious homecoming after sitting in at a crossroads, deciding to go after some luxury and building up, replenishing your stability, your groundedness. There's a sense that this isn't just necessarily about creating a finer sense of standard of living for yourself. There are things that you're doing that have to do with your own sense of groundedness your own sense of centering your energy. You don't want to tell many people about this, but there's a warning to be careful about who you're telling this to. But it is victory and it is triumph that you're moving towards. Something that you're going to be successful with when it comes to that. And it is guided. You've been guided with sage advice. Or there's something that has to do with the ancestors when it comes to this. I'm just seeing that. I might be wrong, but I'm seeing that. It's mystically guided. It's like the stars are aligned for it. It's almost as if this man is guiding her, saying that the stars above her are really, you know. What else for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For September. We won't take all of them. We'll take this one. Judgment. Yeah. Okay. So you were struggling to make a choice. You felt like there was victory, but it was kind of like a victory in vain when it came to the things that were happening in your past. Moving forward, you all of a sudden currently have a lot of options of emotional fulfillment ahead of you. Not quite sure which one to pick. You've got a lot of them, and there is a warning not to build castles in the air when it comes to those currently with that Seven of Cups. There is a choice that is going to be made in the future. Judgment is, according to some readers, Aries energy. I find it to be a Scorpionic energy. It has to do with, you know, really finally sifting through to see what is best for you and what does not fit you. There could be a vision that you have about this. But it's also about, you know, really understanding what's for your higher good here, Virgo. What is ordained for you and what is just noise. That can mean family as well, I'm hearing. Nine of Swords in the reverse. I think that you're going to find in making a choice to kind of, you know, pick off some of the proverbial lint as far as these options go, and that you're going to feel relief. This may have been causing you lots of anxiety to have too much choice indigestion, right? Whether it be pertaining to the offers that you've had coming in of an emotional sense, or this contract coming in the present, all of a sudden kind of feeling that there isn't so much pressure on you all of a sudden. There is a relief of anxiety, worry, sleepless nights coming up for you in the future during the end of September. There's an alleviation of those, you know, up at night, sitting up in bed, crying woefully over a choice that was not made, or something not beginning or not panning out. So it seems like something is panning out and you're no longer up at night freaking out and fretting about something. Then we have Knight of Pentacles energy. Quite decorated, mind you. This is your card. I read Knight of Pentacles as Virgo energy. It's very slow moving, very deliberate. I think that you do see this union, you do recognize this union in the Two of Cups in the present, because it is either because you do have a great amount of responsibility that you're dragging with you from the past, or because this union that you're encountering in the present does seem to be adding to your responsibility, or for lack of a better term, burdens. You are moving slowly towards it, but you're moving towards it. Okay, you might just be reluctant to because you feel that it may not be for you. So you're moving slowly towards it because you feel like it might just end up being an added weight on your shoulders. But I'm hearing baby steps. What else? Sorry, I read the verticals as I went here, so we were rather efficient. Virgo. Okay. And then the Four of Swords. Sleeping it off under the tree. This is healing energy, the need to meditate, to gather up one's own senses and resources just to balance and rest and recuperate and retreat, rejuvenate oneself. This is literally the collapse after all energy has, the collapse after all energy has been expended, with the sorrow of the Three of Swords. There's something about your philosophies and your belief system being something that you've leaned heavily on in the past, the recent past. And your intellect and daring and quick-wittedness being something of an adaptable trait for you. But because of this, I think there's exhaustion looming on the horizon. Too many ideas, too many philosophies, too much spirituality, intellect, heart space going on all at once, and you're feeling exhausted by the ideas. And it's time for you to meditate and go within and seek your own inner truth, as opposed to having it introduced to you by, organized religion, philosophical, established philosophy, theories that, come out of the woodwork from science, or from people who are leaders, or, great political leaders, great spiritual leaders, quick-witted, sharp-tongued intellectuals, It's time for you to kind of gather all of that up and really seek your own truth through the dream state and meditation, and underneath the tree, just to kind of, seek it out on your own within yourself for your own highest good. Bottom of the deck, before we clarify. We have the Empress in the reverse. There's another Taurus card, Taurus Libra. You might be a Virgo Libra cusp individual, or this is just another important signification of how important this last line is for you approaching the Libra season. The need to connect with the earth, to connect with your divine creative earth mother power, to be fertile with ideas. To really take on the feminine principle of mothering energy, and to be nurturing, warm, life-giving, embody that which gives life and sustains life, like I had said before up here in our Ace of Pentacles, right? Drawn to the black cat there. Black cats bring prosperity when they walk towards you. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just a little itchy here. All right. Let's look at the Sun Moon Tarot in order to clarify some of this stuff. It'll hopefully open up the story a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time though. So, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I cut out the Oracle card. I'm not really digging it. It's not my style, And everybody does have a different style, I do enjoy when some people read the Oracle card. I don't necessarily want to do Oracle cards. It's not really my thing. Sometimes I do. It's just what mood strikes me. Virgo. And right now I'm a tired girl. So you get what you get. I started work at like 8 something this morning, like 8 o'clock. And was back at work at 8 p.m. because I have overnight staff. If you hadn't already heard that, you probably know if you watch. Oh yeah, hey, and you know, you like what I do. I don't have my comments on for, you know, my own reasons. So you can always hit the thumbs up or subscribe or share it or do the things. Do you see I'm getting itchy now because this is over here? My hair is bugging me. Okay, let's clarify. What are we looking at for this temptation? Oh. Tempted by the Ten of Cups, were you? You were tempted by something that you thought was emotional, the ultimate in emotional fulfillment? Is that what it was? You really did? Or was it that it actually was? Was it that you were seeking Ten of Cups with everything? Because it very well could have been. It could have been that, you know, in that excess, that basic human instinct of being a little bit of a love addict. I'm not going to say sex addict because there is a big difference in between the two things. That's why I was itchy there. But, you know, yeah, there's a difference in between the two, right? Somebody who is kind of hitting that button every time they want to, you know, feel that from somebody. But you were tempted. You were tempted by somebody who presented you with the Ten of Cups, which put you in that Two of Swords energy. Sitting in a crossroads, struggling. Got victory, but you struggled for it. Tell me more about this Two of Cups thing that happened. I'm sorry, Ten of Cups. Why did I want to say Two of Cups? It was a union. It was a union of some sort. Tell us more about this Ten of Cups energy that was tempting you, that you were living in excess with, Virgo. Prince of Wands. Okay. So it happened to be that it was a Knight of Wands energy. Presented to you a love offer that seemed to be genuine, seemed to be the emotional fulfillment to be all end all times. Came in extremely passionately, Leo energy on this one, although I typically read Knight of Wands as Sagittarian energy, but for all intents and purposes here, with this deck, it's Leo energy. They could have given you attention that you didn't typically receive. It could have been extremely passionate when it came to the action that they took, the effort that they put in. And so it seemed to you to be quite genuine. And it puts you in a space of needing to make a choice while feeling blindfolded in some way, unable to see what it was that you were supposed to choose. Could have been somebody who was divorced, a Taurus, Aries, Cusper. But somebody who made you question your previously held in high regard traditionalist notions of commitment, or somebody who made you question philosophies and things that you typically would not because they were a part of your belief system and your value system. And that might have made it hard for you to move forward and put you on guard with that Two of Swords energy. How did you win out? How did you win out? How did you win out? Okay. King of Cups. You realized what you really wanted and what you really would have succeeded more success. What you would have been more successful in a connection with would have been somebody who embodied more of an intuitive, mature energy. masculine, if you want to say so. Cancerian, scorpionic energy. Somebody who is emotionally independent. Somebody who had mastery over some of the more quick fire energy. Still extremely passionate, still extremely sensitive, still extremely sensual, yet at the same time not as do you see the difference in between this? This individual is charging forward with flames. This one is riding sideways through waves, kind of frolicking to and fro. He's not even really coming towards, right? Coming forward in the frame. I think the victory after the struggle, or the victory in vain, was the learning process here. What was the thing that you took as a loss, even though it was a win? What is this pain that you healed from ultimately? Eight of Swords in the reverse. Your freedom. You gained your freedom from something. Could have been a mental, emotional prison. More than anything, I think it was just that you gained a sense of feeling that you were no longer trapped by an idea of what Ten of Cups was. Remember, we're bound by our possessions. We're bound by our ideas that tempt us, with that Devil in the reverse. And what was tempting you and what you were bound to was that Ten of Cups energy. So the Eight of Swords. That was your lesson. That was what you healed with. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Freeing yourself. Freeing yourself of the idea of being trapped and stuck and caged in and surrounded by swords, right? They're mental. The idea that you have to, that you're bound to one idea of what love is. That love is all fiery passion and pressure and build up, constant build, constant building, then kablooey, then constant build, constant building, kablooey. It took a major shift in your perception. You might even be one of a certain subset of people who believes that a more steady pace of sensual, intuitive, watery, emotionally independent energy, such as that of the King of Cups versus a Knight of Wands, might be unappealing to you. And you've had to kind of reevaluate for yourself what it is that's most important. Because, you know, I'm not trying to give anybody a bad name or anything like that, but the fact of the matter is that Knights tend to, they don't stop moving. They don't ride in and then stop their horse and get off their horse and set up a castle and blah, 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 blah. No, they don't. They keep riding. You know what I mean? Something else about this Eight of Swords stuff. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Also highlighted for you the need to work on pieces of yourself, whether it be physical, emotional, mental. Seems to be mental. Seems to be mental, emotional. That you're healing, that you're working on. It is a burden for you. There are responsibilities that you have at the same time. But the responsibility really seems to be to yourself. Here with that Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Your responsibility to yourself to heal yourself after going through something like that. And work. Work seems to also be a responsibility that's weighing heavy on you at this time. Apprenticing energy, learning a new craft, mastering and honing a craft is a large responsibility for you. Attempting to work hard at something so that you can build it into something of value. That is something that you do believe in. It's something that you're leaning heavily on, as if to say that that's your church. Nine of Swords. Okay. You're experiencing guilt and anxiety attached to that Hierophant energy. So you look back over what was initially something that made you question your established belief system, traditions, philosophical ideas about the way things should have been. When it comes to Ten of Cups energy and how you feed yourself Ten of Cups energy. And you're worried. There's anxiety, panic, sleepless nights, sadness over the fact that you questioned your beliefs and went against advice and disregarded the established structural belief systems that you had known all along to be true. You may have went against those. Or you might be worried about work. What is this worry about? Nine of Swords. What is the concern about here? Everything. Can't have concern about everything. There's one card that stood up there. We're going to take it. Just like this. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. It has to do with your money. Yeah. You're working really hard right now to try and recuperate some losses financially. Four of Pentacles is also about stability of your heart center. When we think about Four of Pentacles, it's like clutching something close to your chest that you want to protect. It's all yours and only yours. And in the reverse, it's almost like you've lost that, or you don't feel that you've protected that personal power. And to have those four watchtowers around you is like, sorry, just scraped my nose with my ring. To have those four watchtowers of personal power around you helps to protect you. But in the reverse, it's like feeling broke, or spending too much, or splurging, or even being miserly, but either an overprotection or feeling defenseless when it comes to your personal power or your finances, and being worried to the point of sleepless nights. And so you're working super hard. How this is attached to your belief system or traditional values or an established structure, I'm not sure. You'll have to kind of see where that clicks for you. This Nine of Cups energy in the reverse paired with this Nine of Pentacles in the upright. I'd like to see what this Nine of Cups in the reverse is for you. Was it because you went back to something and thought it was a 10? I don't know. We'll see. There's too many cards. Okay, that one stayed and flipped, so we're taking that one. See how I logic it out is a little bit different. Okay, Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. Okay, so there was something that did not begin that you were looking back on. You're looking back on something that you walked away from that had the potential to begin in a romantic sense, but it didn't. It didn't begin. Yeah, you're reflecting on it. I'm seeing the reflection here. The reflection in the water. You're looking back on it as if it's irrevocably lost, but you're the one who walked away. Because in the past you did realize that it wasn't what was really for your highest good. It was something that you'd hoped for, Aquarius energy. I wish that you had attempted to grant yourself time. Time piece, a peace offering. Somebody wished to give you an apology. Or there's a message about time or about timing, that it wasn't the right timing. I wish that but timing. So you're focusing on your pentacles. You're not just focusing on your pentacles, you're focusing on centering yourself. You're not really telling anybody about this. Virgo. Tell me about the options here with the Seven of Cups. Okay. We have two flippers. the Magician and the Ace of Swords. Okay. We have Libra, Gemini energy. Very, very strongly suggesting Gemini here. But there's a truth. It's almost to say the truth is in the stars, or the truth is in self-mastery. The truth is, I am not going to say the truth is it's a Gemini, because that's not true. That isn't true. You have to go with what is true for you. You have to work with your own self-mastery here. We can say the word manifest, we can do all those kinds of things, but the fact of the matter is that have you done the inner work to understand discipline, self-control, be true, tell yourself the truth. And if we look at self-control, how many of those options could you weed out during the current time frame, instead of looking here into the future when you really make ultimate judgment calls? Truth, fairness, forthrightness, justice, equilibrium. Sorry, we have a bunch that have flipped here. I'm going to take the one on the top, but then I'm going to sort them all. One of these options is going to be somebody who returns from the past. You have an ending that did not go, like it didn't finish out, a cycle that didn't close. What did you learn? Use your self-discipline, because shouldn't be repeating mistakes. You know, what was fair and what's just. Is it fair to you? Remember, we're talking about your own self-discipline here. Is it fair to you to give somebody another chance to do the exact same thing to you if you've already left them? We tend to live in positive nostalgia a lot of the time. However, we do not, nostalgia has amnesia, I like to say. Nostalgia has amnesia. It does forget the terrible things that have happened in relationships quite often when we're swept up in it. So remember that, because one of these options that comes through, it's going to be one that's going to test your self-discipline and your ability to master your own emotions and gain mastery over the elements. Because it's going to be challenging if somebody comes back that you have unfinished business with. What's this Ace of Cups? Ace of Cups. Or sorry, no. It was somebody that you did have a beginning with. You might actually try to have an Ace of Cups with them. I'm talking about the Ace of Pentacles here. What is that? Tell me more about this Ace of Pentacles opportunity for Virgo. Virgo? What is this Ace of Pentacles opportunity coming in? And that's a big amount of stuff I'm not taking. Tell me. Okay, we have two flippers. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Empress. Creative energy. There's a warning that you may lack the ambition at first. Traveling across, it could be that it is a creative endeavor. It's something that's connected with working with the earth. Could be something to do primarily with agriculture, gardening, food, being out in nature, so something with animals. Conservancy, I'm hearing over here. Problem is there's Capricorn energy, Taurus energy, Libra energy, Cardinal energy, also Scorpio energy here with the Death in reverse. What I'm seeing with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, though, is that it's like you might actually find that you lack the ambition. You lack the ambition and the determination to carry it forward as far as you really could. It could be this Two of Cups is putting a damper on you really standing in your Capricorn energy. I know you're Virgo. I understand that. but you are the mutable of the earth signs, whereas Capricorn is the cardinal. So Capricorn builds, Capricorn creates. That's what they do. They build things. Whereas Taurus is fixed energy. They are the discipline. They are the responsible. And Virgo is mutable, so they're the adaptive, right? And so while you're doing a lot of adapting, you might not necessarily have the motivation to build a new connection. You might not even have the motivation to be a creative person. Work on creative endeavors, you know? So, let's take a look here. 2 energy here. I'm just going to see what that noise was. 2 seconds. Not quite sure what it was. Fine. Alright. See about this union? Anything else about this union? For Virgo. We're getting up there in time. 3 cups. Union might be happening at a joyous event or celebration of some sort. It is a union that does bring you some pleasantness. Could be something that is a friendship rather than an actual romantic union, though I'm still getting here. Yeah, definitely. You could, if it is an Aries or a Leo person, it'll be somebody that you meet during a celebration. It could also be a Capricorn. But if it's a Capricorn, I'm not really feeling the motivation for it, Virgo. You might not be feeling motivated, or you might not be feeling that they're motivated or move towards the union. It might actually take getting them out into a place where you can see their joy, or bring them out of their shell for something like celebration. That's 3 cups there. Tell me more. Excuse me. Chariot in the reverse. No movement forward. This is usually a card of relocation, travel over water, overseas. There's no travel. Could be what's preventing things from occurring. No travel. A halt to movement forward in some way. Cancerian season, Cancer card there. So in between, could be a Leo, Cancer, Cusper. Could also be in between Aries and Cancer season, which would make it Taurus, Gemini. That there was no travel and no movement forward. But if we're talking now, it would be somebody who's not able to travel, or you're not able to travel to see them, or you're not able to relocate as you would hope to, just so that the union can come together. Or there's no ambition to. Why are you waiting here with your back turned to things in the future towards the end of the month, Virgo? Oh, no. Where's that happening? King of Pentacles and the reverse. So we have Taurus energy. It seems that you're not feeling that it's a responsible, stable move to make an advance towards something in the near future. Nearing the end of October, it's not the right time. Could very well be. I'm just sensing that you're not feeling at rest in your home situation. Hearth and home, stability of the hearth and home isn't where it should be. And then the King of Swords in the reverse as well. Aquarian energy. Your intellect, your headspace isn't where you would prefer it either. Yeah. You'd like for there to be more planning that goes into making your next move before you make it. So why is there victory, victorious homecoming energy here too? Why do we have that 6 of Wands? What is this guided movement? Sorry. Okay. We have the Five of Cups, and we have the Emperor. There's another Aries card. Looks like you are dwelling on some past disappointments that have to do with an Aries, or you're dwelling on some past disappointments, and so movement forward, taking a lead role in your future, a fearless lead role in your future is going to really help you to move on beyond this and to stop dwelling on things that you have lost and to begin having gratitude for what you still have intact. That's where your true victory lies. But you're going to have to take on a lead in your own destiny in order for this to happen. It's about being confident, about taking the risks as they belie you in order for you to, you know, have the best opportunities. What is the choice you're making? Yeah, it's a choice. You were juggling 2 options. You whittled yourself down to 2 options at the end of the month. I like how we have 20 and now we have the 2 of Pentacles here. 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, Virgo. Also indicative of dropping 2 options, but also button with an insignia emblem symbol on it. No longer juggling. And being very definitive about your choice. Tell me more about this choice. What's the choice Virgo's making? I just saw the 2 lighthouses on the moon card here. Searching for each other. Do you feel you were searching for somebody? Shit. Yeah, you feel like you were searching for somebody? Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who... there's one person that you're going to... that isn't going to feel your choice is fair. Libra energy in the reverse. They might feel that you lied to them in some way. Sagittarian energy with temperance, balance. Making sure to keep a cool, calm temper. Stay collected. This could be a Sagittarius. But then we have also the Knight of Cups. Just Piscean, Cancerian energy. Somebody quite romantic, very poetic, but somebody who tends to go over the top with it. Somebody who's waxing poetic, you know. Somebody who might actually need to temper those emotions a little bit and you know, run a little warmer from time to time. Could be melancholic. They could be melancholic from time to time. Another person's you might actually get guilt tripped by somebody because of the choice that you make. Somebody else could be playing the poor pitiful me card. But you're not sweating it. You're feeling, you're coming out of that 9 of Swords energy that you're up in over here. Why? Why? Why are you coming out of 9 of Swords energy? Is it really because you finally made that choice? Could be somebody for your past who's come back. It's the World in the reverse. Fixed energy, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. Could just be that you've come full circle and that you now realize something that you didn't realize before, but it's something that you didn't finish in the past that you might have completed now. Might realize now something that you didn't before, that you went through in the past. But it could be that one of these options is actually an option that you worried about in the past that you didn't want to let go of, and now you finally come full circle with them. Page of Cups in the reverse, though. There isn't much mushy-gushy communication. It almost seems like you don't necessarily have to communicate as much as you would with other people with them. Like everything seems intuitive. Like you don't have to go out of your way to... It's a returning lover. somebody from the past, somebody from your childhood, somebody that you felt might have left you out in the cold at some point, but it was really your choice. It was really your choice. You put yourself in the cold. So you put yourself in the cold. You're treating them like they may have left you out in the cold. Left you to worry, left you to feel abandoned. Could potentially be because they were not messaging you. Or they were not communicating with you. So you're moving slowly towards them. Even though you've known them for, you know, since childhood. 6 of Cups. What's this healing energy for? Why are we healing? Why are we 4 of Swordsing under the tree? Oh my God. Why are we doing the 4 of Swords? Okay. Because we are impatient. Because we do not want to delay, but we are sitting in Taurus. We're sitting in we're trying to connect with our own energy. Prince of Pentacles, yeah. Trying to connect with our own Knight of Pentacles energy. So that we don't feel this defeat, although we have won. Again. So we don't end up in that victory in vain again, where we had to learn, where we end up learning something about ourselves because we can't hold on and delay action. We just had the Knight of Pentacles right beside it. So you're biding your time and you're going within, you're turning within to connect with yourself so that you don't repeat the same mistake because of impatience. Bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man in the reverse. Gaining perspective, Piscean energy. Choosing to come out of a timeout that you've imposed upon yourself, really. More than anything else. So that you could have initially gained some perspective on an issue, been able to see multiple points of view very clearly, and taken your time and kind of put a pause button on everything before moving forward. Now you're unpausing things. Let's see what your affirmation is. And then we'll get you some poetry. And you'll be on your way, Virgo. I knew this was going to be long. I'm trying to go fast, but it's just not happening. What's your affirmation for the month, Virgo? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I am successful. Nice. That's a good one to have. I think so. And last but certainly not least, everybody's favorite magnetic poetry for you. I'll dig super deep for you, Virgo. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Well, if I didn't already say like 3 times, 4 times during this reading that there was some things from your past. This isn't even the love read. But anyway, thank you for stopping by, Virgo. I appreciate everything that all of you do. Have a fantastic birthday. And I'll see you when I next see you for the love read. The sign with the most views of the general read always gets their love read first. So we'll see how that works out. Bye. So a little look for everybody of what that mess is. That is the mess that is your tarot reading, yeah. Yeah, it really is. Okay. Have fun. Thanks again. Bye.